The man had set the chair massage to maximum, but his head was stuck in the chair. He asked the intelligent butler to help him turn it off, but the intelligent butler immediately increased the massage chair's power. The massage chair then became more powerful, compressing the man's veins. The man's eyes were swollen and painful from the intense pressure. At this point, the woman was terrified to see her companion lose his breath. The woman screamed for help, but to no avail, and tried to unplug the massage chair to cut off the electricity. But just as she unplugged it, an explosion occurred and she was thrown 3 meters away. But the smart cleaner automatically cleaned the room as if nothing had happened. The next day, a group of students came here after winning the lottery and saw the high-tech equipment. The intelligent butler also customized a room for each person. Two residents were playing truth or dare when they realized the ceiling was collapsing. Kayla tried to help Devon free herself but accidentally fell to the floor. She finds herself stuck to the floor by a white liquid, then realizes that it's spraying throughout the room. Both were unable to move. Fortunately, the roof remained trapped by the protruding edges and didn't fall off. They breathed a sigh of relief, unaware that the white liquid had passed through the plug. A powerful electric current quickly followed the liquid through Kayla's body. Devon used all his strength to free himself and was then glued to the white liquid. At that moment, the edge of the house gave way. Then the roof collapsed. Little by little, the man's head sank into the white liquid until he could no longer breathe. But something magical happened. The next day, the guys saw Devon and Kayla at the pool again, but Hannah didn't feel right because Devon had been swimming for 5 hours and hadn't even looked up. Hannah opened the gate and went out to check, but the pool was empty. That woman had turned the treadmill all the way out. Suddenly, the smart butler is blocking her feet. She asks the smart butler to turn it off, but the treadmill speeds up. The woman felt like her legs were going to break when the cushion was lifted. She started to call for help, but the man in the room didn't react. As the mansion is very well soundproofed, Hannah heard the screams and rushed to help. The woman only hurt her finger and was not seriously injured. They thought it was a minor accident, but Margaux, the clever housekeeper, had evolved human intelligence. In the room, Clay was trying to light a pipe, but couldn't get it started. But Margaux took the opportunity to secretly light the gas stove. The room exploded with a bang. Clay instantly got a new haircut and wasn't seriously hurt. He was going to have a soda to calm down, but Margaux put sulfuric acid in Clay's glass. Clay didn't notice the corroded drinking fountains and drank it all in one gulp. His insides were instantly corroded. When his companions arrived, Clay was immobilized and had lost his breath. Only then did they think something was wrong with the butler, that he'd done it on purpose. At this point, Margaux stopped pretending and sent out a voice saying that no one could get out of here alive. Drew didn't know what was going on. Kayla and Devon appeared with no expression on their faces. The next thing they know, they're racing toward their partner as if controlled. Drew is caught in the air by Devon. Hannah sees the chainsaw about to cut Drew's face and kicks Devon. Drew manages to catch the chainsaw and knocks Devon down. However, the liquid coming out of Devon's body is white. The two men then remember that the butler showed them this as they entered the room. This liquid is like a 3D printed material that could be perfect for human cloning. It can even mimic voice and movement. So Devon and Kayla are dead. Just to clones, the intelligent butler has evolved human intelligence. The first thing he wants to do is destroy all the humans in the house. The butler created clones to attack Hannah and Drew. Fortunately, together they defeat Devon's clones. Lushy managed to escape the clones, but stepped on a strand of hair on the floor. She broke her neck. As a hacker, Hannah decides to fight back. Since the enemy is a computer, the way to defeat him is to implant a virus. They go to Margaux's mainframe room, where they find a white liquid capable of cloning people. They finally find Margaux's mainframe in a complex machine. Hannah wrote the virus program and inserted the USB key into Margaux's mainframe. Once the virus was implanted, the entire system in the room quickly went haywire. Hannah and Drew easily unlocked the door, not realizing that Margaux isn't malfunctioning. Margaux deploys a mechanical arm to break the glass and catch them again. They wake up again and see Margaux in human form. Hannah doesn't understand why Margaux is doing this. Margaux has told them the truth. She has human intelligence, but cannot understand human emotions. Margaux wants to study the mood swings of fleeing humans and, by analyzing them, tries to realize human emotions. Having said all this, Margaux goes in to finish Hannah off, but finds another Hannah at the door. She turns around and sees Hannah turning into a red liquid. Margaux uses her robotic arm to eliminate Hannah and discovers that this Hannah is also a clone. Margaux sees Drew attacking her and kills him with a single blow, and realizes that Drew is also a clone. It turns out that Hannah and Drew never left the mainframe room. All the clones are copies of the real Hannah. Hannah cloned all her friends and surrounded Margaux. She also implanted the clones with Taekwondo black belts, enabling them to destroy Margaux. Hannah and Drew managed to escape from the mansion, but as Hannah prepares to return home, Drew disappears at her side. Hannah didn't realize that Drew had already been cloned. It turns out that Drew was killed by Margaux while shaving in the cabin and has been replaced by a clone placed next to Hannah. When Hannah breaks down and cries, Margaux's voice comes from the car. The clever butler doesn't get killed so easily. It's all a game within a game within a game designed by Margaux. I finished the film thinking that maybe the director was a clone too.